Hey there, everybody, it's the Reddick Sonic here, and I have a Sonic Forces theory to discuss. I will be touching base on a previous theory from another YouTuber, which link will be in the description to his theory. I will be building off that YouTuber's theory in this video, but I will be going into much more detail and kind of making it my own theory, but I'd still like to thank him for the foundation and making it more clear in my head of the idea. So without further ado, let's jump right on in. Tails, the emotional and lovable, relatable two-tailed fox. Tails, Sonic's number one friend and sidekick. He's been featured in countless Sonic titles such as Sonic Adventure 2, Colors, Generations, and in the most recent Forces. First of all, Sonic Forces will most likely revolve around his past enemies such as Chaos, Metal Sonic, and Zavik, and the newest addition, Infinite. Infinite seems to have a questionable resemblance to Tails. So, how could Tails be related to Infinite? Well, we're going to go back to Sonic 2 on the Game Gear. Failing to collect all 7 Chaos Emeralds results in Tails being captured by Dr. Robotnik, or Eggman. We can assume that this Tails from the bad ending of Sonic 2 was experimented on by Robotnik. Robotnik then stumbled upon something called the Phantom Ruby. The Phantom Ruby seen in Sonic Mania has the ability to enhance one's power and can travel across dimensions. The biggest example of this phenomenon are Robotnik's Egg Robos, turning into the hard-boiled heavies when coming into contact with the Ruby, at the same time transporting Sonic and Tails to new locations throughout the game. Now, as we can see in the Infinite trailer, Infinite has a Phantom Ruby embedded within him, inside of his chest. We can make the inference of Robotnik using the Phantom Ruby on Tails, in turn making his emotions towards Sonic amplified. To further our claim, Tails and Infinite Tails are somewhat similar, with the end of their tails being almost the same pattern, just a little bit more roughier. You got the same squiggly lines, same outlines, same dipping, and the 3 tufts on top of the tail, while the whole thing is just roughier, kind of like his powers are enhancing. With Sonic not saving Tails, we can only assume that Tails felt betrayed once again by his only friend, Sonic the Hedgehog. With Tails being bullied and made fun of by everyone, Sonic saying that he would be Tails' friend, all the past feelings came rushing back. The thought of no one was really my friend after all. Some might be skeptical about this, since clearly you can see Tails and Infinite in the same cutscene, but the Phantom Ruby makes this possible. It also explains how classic Sonic is in their world as well. So what does this have to do with Infinite? In the trailer, Infinite refers to Sonic as
Little Blue Savior,
which sounds like he's giving Sonic a nickname instead of calling him Sonic, which everyone calls him Sonic, besides the minor names of Nasty Little Pincushion or the Blue Blur. Sonic really doesn't have nicknames that are like that. So why the word Savior instead of the word Hero or Hedgehog? Could this be hinting at when Sonic didn't save Tails in the events of Sonic 2? Kind of my afterthoughts is just kind of a little mixed bundle of emotions. You have that the mask on Infinite is being pushed up, so we can tell it's a mask, not his face. That's number one. Classic Sonic and modern Tails work as a team like the Custom Hero and Sonic work as a team throughout the game. And as far as the joke regarding Tails will die in Sonic Forces, as a joke forced by Sega. And I feel like maybe this version of Tails does die, but later on they said that they were joking, but they did later on say something will happen to Tails, we just won't say what. So maybe this could be what happens to Tails. Also, when Christian Whitehead approached Sonic Team with this new game, they said that they wanted to change his game because his game was going to be strictly all new Sonic levels in the classic style, and they wanted it to coincide with their new title, Sonic Forces. So, could there be a reason why they wanted classic Sonic in the game? Possibly to make Dimension Tails not look so weird. And it's kind of probably why they kind of pushing classic Sonic to the side. It's just a plot device. Also, I think at the end of the game it would be pretty cool if Infinite eventually tells us who he is and says, "Why didn't you save me? You were never my friend," and stuff like that. I feel like that would bring back a lot of emotion and make it a really dark story, which looks like what Sonic Forces is trying to be, especially since they didn't get that rated E for everyone rating. Shadow the Hedgehog was originally supposed to be a teen-rated game, but got lowered down to E10 because it was a new rating at the time it came out, so they kind of redid some stuff so they can bring it down to that rating to get more sales. And now I will decode the Sonic Forces Infinite theme song and try to describe what around each verse means and how it inflicts to Tails, being infinite. Here we go. The bond or the reliance that they have with each other, or to show that how important Sonic and Tails are together. And if you just look really closely at that ending confrontation with Tails and Sonic, and then Infinite and Sonic, you can see that they're both really showing a big focus to each other. And then also in the story trailer, you can see Tails is the only friend there, and he's hiding behind rocks yelling, "Sonic!" Like, to show how close that they are to each other, for the big reveal at the end to see, like, whoa. And I feel like there's a reason why Tails is there. Like, that scene could have been bad enough without Tails. Putting Tails in there doesn't really make a difference. It just shows, like, oh no, my best friend. But why would they have to show that? Well, to show you, yeah, they might be best friends. Infinite doesn't think so. Infinite was left alone in the darkness because his friend didn't save him. And with that, that ends up my afterthoughts. So, I'll see ya.